Hi folks, Rich here from Broken Arrow and I'm with Jay and Hugh. How are you lads?
Really good, Rich.
That's
Thanks.
good.
Yeah.
Guys, as you know, I've only been shooting for the last 6 weeks and you guys have given me great advice and I'm surprised just how my confidence has grown and also how my archery skills have grown in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
But mate, it's really opened up some questions and I'm sure the viewers as well would like to know. What should I have as far as confidence in this year? Because I've got to be honest, those first couple of weeks, I was more afraid of the equipment hurting me, than anything. So to get proficient, I thought maybe you could explain a couple of bits of the bow that will give me a bit more confidence. Does that sound okay?
Oh, okay. Yeah, we probably can run through some of the bows. Yeah, most of the parts of the bow is the structural part is the riser.
Yep.
This is most commonly bows are made out of like machined alloy.
Yep.
And it's usually like an aircraft strength
So
alloy. I don't know what the numbers are.
Yeah.
0.25 or something, but anyway.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much an indestructible part of the bow. The limbs are all usually carbon fibre and fiberglass composite sort of things. Originally, the older bows were just fiberglass limbs, and they tended to fracture over time. But with all this new technology they have with carbon fibre and all that, they're pretty much indestructible, these limbs.
Can you tell me one thing? The thing that I was probably most afraid of all was that string, putting so much tension on that string. I can't believe it just does not break.
Yeah.
Why should I feel confident that string is not going to break?
Well, the bowstring's made out of the same material they make tow ropes out of and snatch straps. This is a string called Dyneema, and there's another fibre they use in these
Veteran
called...
blend.
Sorry, what is it?
Veteran.
Vectrin, yep, okay. But Dyneema is what they use for, it's the strongest fibre known to man, basically stronger than Kevlar, which previously I thought was strong. Bulletproof vests,
Yep.
same thing, tow ropes, anything like that. So there's pretty much no risk of the string actually breaking unless it's cut by something or age over time. When you do shoot these bows, there's a lot of force going through that string and a lot of parts where the string can hit on rubber parts. That's where it will tend to wear, and
Right.
even where the D-loop itself is tied on, it'll wear through there through fatigue over time. But
So tell me a bit about that. I noticed that there's a portion of the string that's wrapped separately. What's the use of that? Is that just to give additional strength? Or?
where it's served over the top of the string.
It's like a sacrificial layer. So when you clip your arrow on there, that causes a lot of wear in here. So over time that wears out. Instead of having your main string wearing out, the serving, that's what that part's called. That'll go, and then that's just an easy thing to replace. As good as new again, without kind of damaging these Dyneema fibres.
Yeah. And the thing is too with these is that with that serving over the top there, that brings that up to a thicker size where the arrows can click on and stay on there properly. Because what happens with the bowstrings, the smaller, the less strands there are on there, the faster they are, but the weaker it is, of course. Right. So there's a certain standard of whatever. How many strands? 22 strands to make a bowstring. Yep. But it all varies. So if you made the bowstring as thick enough to accommodate an arrow clip on it, it would operate much slower.
Sure. Yeah. So this D-loop that you refer to here, like I know that's where we clip on the hand release, which I'm going to ask you about in a moment. But is this just purely a comfort factor thing, having a D-loop on your string, or what's the advantage?
No, it does a few mechanical things basically. I can't show you on this bow one because it's tied together. But when you draw this bow back, it creates that triangular effect. Yep. If you would just clip on the string there, it's one fine point. But what this does add in the D-loop, which is about 5/16 apart. When you're at full draw, that part of the bowstring in between the two tie points is vertically parallel to the riser, so that the arrow clicks on nice and square and straight. And when the string's released, it travels with equal force forward.
Alright, so not just comfort, so it's definitely for accuracy as well. Yeah, great.
And it helps then also to clip that arrow onto the same point at every time. You can imagine if you clip the arrow on, up here and point it down, it's not going to go anywhere near where you're aiming it. Whereas if you put it on that same consistent point all the time and it travels through with the rest of the same thing, it'll go in the same hole if you can aim it that well.
And I guess every bow that I've picked up where you see brand new, there's always a sticker, just like this one here, that it says you should never dry fire the bow. What part of the bow or the person is at risk if you should dry fire a bow?
With dry firing it, normally it's the limbs. All that stored energy, it's got nowhere to go. When you pull it back, there's a lot of stored energy in the bow.
Because that energy normally ends up in the arrow.
Transferred to the arrow, shoots off. So Otherwise, your limbs will shatter, they can fly apart, and the strings take a fair bit of a beating as well.
Right.
Because all that energy goes through the limbs and the strings, so they stretch.
Got it.
And then you've got issues there. You're going to have to remake your strings.
So if I was to buy my own bow, how many shots would I say, would I be looking at replacing that string in 6 months, 12 months? Or is there a certain amount of arrows or shots?
12 months is kind of the general rule of thumbs, but if you're shooting every day, 500 arrows a day, it's going to be a lot sooner. So usually you just kind of check to see if your strings...
Look for stress.
Yeah, stress on it.
Where would that mostly be? Around the cams at the top, or would that be happening on the main part of the string?
Every bow's different, of course, depending on the shape of the cams and the wheels. Something with a big, cam on there like this one, they would probably get a wear point where it's rolling over that sharper turn
itself,
will slowly wear. And on the bowstrings, you'll see the string will start to go like white and fluffy.
Right.
It can even wear on where the loops are on the end of the cam, the very end of the string. There's a small loop going around a little node there.
Yep.
Just the stress on that continually, just moving slightly, it'll start to fray the string.
So I guess we've got to remember that this is a highly tuned bit of equipment here, and just like we do with anything else, we would have a look over the bow before you would use it every time. That would be best practice.
Always check over your gear.
And I guess you can bring your bow into the shop here, and the staff will always give you their best advice. And we do restringing here as well, don't we?
Yeah, we make up string sets for people.
Strings, great.
Lots of different colours.
I noticed that the colour is on there, the black and the orange. Can we request any coloured strings that we want? Is that?
You can usually a 3-colour string's a bit more difficult to make and get it nice and evenly twisted, but anything more than that's...
That looks great, doesn't it? The way that's colour coded to the paintwork, that looks terrific.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got one more question for you, lads. The release aids.
Yeah.
Since you introduced me to the release aids, that's certainly, I think, something that's brought my archery along a long way.
Yeah.
I've been using this one that wraps around my wrist,
Yeah.
and it's got like the caliper clamp there.
Yep.
But when that is around that, again, it's the amount of stress that I'm pulling onto that. What's the science behind that?
I know exactly where you're standing there, like especially this too. It's kind of like a pair of pliers.
It feels like
there's no way you can get a pair of pliers and put it on that D-loop and hold that back.
No way.
You'd be fear of that string creeping out past the jaws, but on these it's the same effect basically. There's just like a mechanical setup inside there that slides like 2 pieces of metal beside each other, and once it's closed, they can't.
It's
physically can't open up until you release it. You press the trigger.
Right.
It'll just forever stay closed.
But I noticed when I've watched you shoot, you use a completely different release aid altogether.
Yeah.
What's the reason behind that?
So I shoot a hinge. It's a bit tricky to use. The idea is with your wrist releases or your thumb releases, there's a trigger, right? So you hit the trigger when you want the release to go off. The issue is you start to develop a bit of a flinch sometimes. So if you know when the shot's going to go off, you can expect it, you can flinch, and that's when you've got issues. My release, I've got no clue when it's going to go off. So it gives me a surprise every time. Because I'm always shocked with it, I can't anticipate the shot.
Right.
So therefore I can't flinch to it. So it makes it a bit more accurate, a bit more consistent for me personally.
Yeah, sure.
But when he says that it could go off any time, they're designed to, you lock them on the string, you draw them back, they won't go off because you're actually levering it the opposite way when you draw it.
Right.
But once you get back up to full draw, the nature of an archer is to draw their shoulder blades together to take the shot, and the action of that twists your wrist,
just like
which then moves this enough to release the trigger and off it
Yeah.
goes. So that there's no anticipation of when you're squeezing the back muscles together of when that actually goes. So, but they can be a bit scary to use the first time you use them. If you do not draw properly, they can release on draw, which is not a good thing. You lose some teeth doing that.
Yeah. Well, folks, thanks again for joining us. That's really good advice, lads. Thanks very much. So I guess the main thing to take away from this is if your gear is well maintained. If you come into a shop like ours, give the staff the opportunity to check it over, give it a safety check if you've stored your gear and you haven't used it for any period of time.
And if you ever see a strand or something, a stray strand come out somewhere around the wheels or anywhere, just don't shoot your bow, bring it in and get it checked. There's one strand coming off, out of the 22. It could be enough to make it just break the whole string.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Because there's going to be other ones worn.
Terrific. All right, folks. Again, don't forget to check the links below. You'll see our website details there, links to some of the products that we've spoken about. Or pick up the phone or come and visit us at 55 Curry Street in Amble. Thanks, lads.
Thank you.
Bye.